McMILLAN's residence.
Is he there?
No, the commissioner's not in. You just missed him. He's out for the evening. May I take it?
I've got to reach him now.
I don't know where he is at this time. I'll take a look. Hold him now, will you? Just a second. Okay, hello again. I'm not sure if he's there.
Look, there's no time. You've got to warn him. His number, it's coming up.
His number's coming up. I thought you wanted his number.
Hey, no rough ride. I want you to check this, Bobo. I've lost weight. I gotta first find out which one is you, Herb.
I told you our kids were never as good looking as me. Now, how come?
Oh, come, because on girls that face doesn't work, Sam. You haven't even aged.
That picture was only taken 20 years ago.
Are you sure that girl is leading a cheer? She looks more like she's making a pass.
That was Liz Wilson, sweetheart of our fraternity.
She looks like she was the sweetheart of the whole team. Is she here tonight?
No. She was murdered. The case was never solved.
Yeah, I was looking forward to this reunion until we got here.
Hey, that used to be me, I think.
Well, personally, I'm glad you've aged. That man would look out of place among all my other antiques.
Hey, Joey!
Friends, dear friends, if any of you are interested in what Joey Germain looked like 20 years ago, voila! No. E.C., yes, gorgeous, absolutely gorgeous, and remains so to this very day.
The foregoing statement is the opinion of Mr. Joey Germain and is not necessarily the view of the rest of the planet.
Enrate on my way to investigate possible homicide at Pine and Hill. Request backup unit. 10-4.
Ladies and gentlemen, may I give you Boom Boom? After all, she gave herself at almost every opportunity. Cut it out. Oh, come on now. Stop acting like a rich, jealous husband, baby. Maybe you were only second string in college, but tonight you're out with the big boys. You're surrounded by the biggest and the bravest.
That's right, Joey. That's us.
Are they really as big as they look? Or as brave? Tonight's the night, gentlemen. Tonight we'll find out. Waiter, give everybody a drink. We're gonna have a special champagne toast to all of us. And without a drink in their hands, these guys at the goal line couldn't keep their mouth shut long enough to listen to anybody. And now, if you raise your glasses, gentlemen, and your ladies, I want to propose a toast to days gone by.
Days gone by.
I'll drink to that.
I don't like drinking to your past. I wasn't even a part of it.
Tonight should prove you didn't miss a thing.
I've chosen this occasion, our team's 20th anniversary, for a very special announcement.
Well, what is it, Joey?
This is the farewell appearance of Joey Germain. Tonight you see him, tomorrow you don't.
Are you saying you're already rich enough to retire, Joey?
No, Bobo, I'm not retiring from show business. I'm retiring from life. My doctors gave me the bad news last month. First, I thought he was kidding. Then it reached me. I started doing a lot of thinking. I made up my mind one thing. And I decided before I go, I was going to tell all of you exactly what I think of you. Boom, boom, ladies first. I'm going to start with you. After all everybody else did.
Come on, Joey, lay off.
Lay off? Bobo, your language. The lady. Oh, I forgot you're the captain of the team. No one ever spoke to you that way before.
All right, that's enough.
You're no judge, Mac. You never did appreciate my humor. But then again, you never had to act foolish so that people would notice you. Everything come easy for you, Mac. You never had to make a fool out of yourself so you get some attention.
What you still doing, or haven't you noticed?
Oh, I know what I'm doing tonight. I know exactly what I'm doing. Yeah, I may be going down, but I'm gonna take the rest of you with me. Heroes. Well, all you heroes, haven't you figured out yet why I asked you to be here tonight? Why I invited you? This may be my farewell appearance, but it's also yours. Those drinks you've been swilling down all night, they should be starting to take effect about now. Always wanted to know how a hero faces death. You might say it was my final wish. I advise you all to stay where you are. You want to last a little longer. Movement makes the poison work that much quicker.
Poison.
Wait.
Sally.
I am calling the police. You may be ready to die, but I've got a few things to look forward to, like my 20th reunion.
It's all right.
All right, we've been poisoned. We've got to call for help.
No, that's just exactly what Joey wants us to do. Call in a squad of police. The perfect finale for his little performance.
You mean he's not dying?
No, and neither are the rest of us.
Not even Boom Boom?
That's one of the oldest tricks, using accomplices. And I'm sure she was drunk enough to go along with it. And hates herself enough to put up with the insults.
Oh, Mac, that's terrible.
I warned you Joey's wit was deadly.
Well, I'll never accuse you of exaggerating again. Hello, Mac. Oh, he's right here, Sergeant. You may not want to call the police, but they're calling you. Sergeant Enright.
Yeah, Charlie. What happened? When?
Hey, you know, Frank and Dottie, they haven't been getting along too good. She complaining that he's never doing anything, don't help around the house, so he goes down the basement to fix a gas leak, lights a candle, and boom! And blew the two of them right out through the wall. That's the first time they went out together in 20 years. I assume the police are on their way, Commissioner?
Mac, you weren't worried about poor little me.
I'm afraid I have some bad news for all of us. There has been a death.
Who, Mac?
Wally Dixon.
What is this, Mac? Payback for my little joke? Sorry, Mac, but when it comes to comedy, you're not in my league.
No, we're in my league now. Wally was murdered, shot to death in a phone booth. Kept hoping there was a mix-up, that it wouldn't be Wally.
Have you talked to him lately, sir?
We had a postcard from him a few weeks ago. Said he was looking forward to the reunion.
Where did he live, sir?
Colorado.
He had a beautiful place. Mac went fishing there once.
When was the last time you saw him?
Oh, it had to be a couple of years. He was here on a business trip. I'm afraid we didn't have much to say to each other at that time, unfortunately.
Well, sir, he must have had something he wanted to say to you tonight. Apparently, he was dialing your number when he was killed. That card was found in his hand. It's got your name and number on it.
Find out where he was staying. Check his room. I want to know every move he made after he got to town.
Yes, sir, right away. I'm very sorry to have ruined your reunion with this call.
Don't worry about it, Sergeant. The reunion was ruined before you called.
Good night.
Good night.
He didn't leave his name. He just said he wanted to tell you that your number was coming up. I wrote it down here.
Hair's a crime. Loose top awning?
Was that what he said? Boy, that must have been some reunion you guys went to tonight. What'd you have to drink?
The usual. A little champagne, a little poison.
Yeah, you don't have to talk to me about catered food.
Mildred, the note.
Hair's a crime, loose top awning?
That's what I said.
Mildred, you've got to start wearing your glasses when you go to the phone.
I can see the phone.
I mean when you take messages.
Would you try remembering what he said?
I wrote it down.
We can't read it.
Yeah, it's a point. Well, I know he was in a big rush. I mean, at least I remember that much of it.
Here, let me try. I haven't done one of these in a long time. Thank goodness. Here's a crime. Here's a crime. There's no time?
Well, that's it. That's what he said. There's no time. Of course, it's so simple.
Will you stop congratulating yourself and get on with it?
Well, he wasn't making an awful lot of sense, but he did say he wanted to talk to you, to warn you.
Loose top awning. Loose top awning. You've got to warn him. There's no time. You've got to warn him.
Mrs. McMillan, you are terrific. I mean, really terrific. You should have been a policeman.
Is that all that he said?
Here's the note. Read it for yourself, you know. Of course, he did say your number was coming up, but I didn't want to put that part down.
Why not?
Well, you wouldn't want me to leave any incriminating evidence lying around the house, would you?
Mildred, what are you talking about? What incriminating evidence?
Oh, listen, I'm reasonably sophisticated. I mean, I read all the papers, I watch a little TV, and I know all about corruption in higher places. And if the commissioner is mixed up in a little numbers racket, well, nobody's going to learn about it from me.
Thank you, Mildred. I appreciate that.
You do?
Certainly. With prices going sky high, I have to cut down on a few luxuries, like get rid of a housekeeper, or else find a little extra money.
Enough, Mildred. He's just teasing.
Are you?
Yeah.
Oh, well, that's a relief.
You really thought he was in the numbers racket?
Well, in these times, why not? I mean, after all, he's just a police commissioner.
Don't pursue it.
I won't. Till later.
Listen now, tell me, who's starving and who's merely hungry?
We're not hungry. We've already eaten.
No, catered food. I ask you to stay away from that stuff.
No, it was room service in the hotel suite.
Even worse. I'm gonna make some sandwiches, a little hot soup. Get you through the breakfast.
Hello? Yeah, Bobo, we're waiting for you. You what? How serious? We'll be right over.
What is it?
It's not locked. Come in. Oh, I knew I shouldn't have called you. Well, you didn't have to come. It's just a scratch.
Yeah. Just like Max said, a lot more than a little scratch.
Which is why I brought Florence Nightingale. And she'll have you in traction if you don't keep an eye on her.
Oh, a girl has to keep in practice.
You know that cop practically ran me down? was like playing USC all over again.
You mean that car actually drove up on the sidewalk?
I should have been more on guard. Guess I lived in a small town too long.
Since when is Omaha a small town?
At least they don't come on the sidewalk after you.
Well, they don't make a habit of it here either.
Mac?
Hmm?
The dead man. Was it Wally?
Mm-hmm.
Any ideas why?
None. His wallet was found in his hip pocket. Plenty of cash in it.
Well, do you think there was any connection between him and the rest of us?
No, Bobo, relax. Joey's bad joke just made you a little jumpy, that's all.
Jumpy? I feel like I'm taking my life in my hand every time I go outside.
I'll do my best to make you change your mind.
Oh, Mac, it wasn't your fault. It was just a lousy reunion. Half a dozen of guys didn't even show up. And I thought we were all gonna make it.
I think some people just don't like looking back.
Yeah. I guess I'm just missing George.
Yeah, I was sorry to hear about him, too.
You know, he called me from Cincinnati a couple of days before it happened. We were gonna share a room together. Man, he was really looking forward to seeing all the guys again.
What happened?
Actually, it was a lot like what happened to Wally. He was mugged, too. They didn't take anything from him either.
Hey, Bobo, why don't you stay with us till after the reunion?
What a great idea. We've got plenty of room.
Look, it's only a scratch.
Bobo, this bandage has to be changed every 24 hours.
Okay, but I can't give up this room. As old George would say, I paid for it, and I'm gonna sleep in it.
Boy, was he tight.
You still hang on to him, Mac?
Anything you can throw?
I want you to know that you married one of the best receivers we ever had.
Yeah, I thought I got a good catch.
Thanks for the bandage.
Yeah. Now, I left you that first aid stuff. You change that bandage yourself, okay?
All right.
Go on, Bobo. See you tomorrow.
Night.
Good night. Mac, we've really got to do something to get this reunion off the ground.
I'm glad you suggested it.
What'd I suggest?
A party tomorrow night at our house.
What a good idea. And all mine. You know that Bobo's a nice man. He never married?
He was in love with Liz Wilson. I don't think he ever got over it.
The cheerleader that was murdered?
Mm-hmm.
Were they engaged?
No, she was the kind of girl who never promised anything to anybody.
Oh, that kind of behavior can get a girl in trouble.
And did. A lot of people think a secret lover killed her.
That's why I always say yes.
What a good idea. And all yours.
I have to get Mildred to start making arrangements for that party.
Boy, what would be better than a good night's sleep?
Nothing. I couldn't bear to hear another voice.
Have you even thought about the carpets and the draperies?
No, I hadn't thought about them in months. Why?
Well, if we're going to give a party in this place, they have to be cleaned.
Don't you keep them clean?
Commissioner, please, this is woman talk. Excuse us, please.
Can't we talk about this in the morning?
I have to start cooking at dawn.
Mildred, I don't think anyone's going to notice the carpets or the drapes. Some of these people haven't seen each other in 20 years.
Well, that's exactly my point. The commissioner has come a long way since college, and these people expect something from a man in his position, and we have to keep up appearances.
Yes, Mildred, but with your cooking, no one will look at anything else but the table.
Well, you're the boss.
Took the words right out of my mouth. Good night, Mildred.
Listen, we haven't even discussed the menu.
Discuss it in the morning.
It can't wait till morning if I'm to do any comparative shopping.
Forget about the comparative shopping.
Oh, forget about it. Well, that's easy for you to say. You who left a high-paying law practice to take a low-paying job with a long title, and I'm the one that has to live with the budget. But that's my job, and I accept it. I'd stop for compliments, but we don't have time.
Mildred, please. Can't we get just a little sleep?
Could you turn out the light on your way out, Mildred?
Forget comparative shopping. Which, how halibut ranging in price from $1.78 to $2.89 a pound?
You're going to serve halibut?
No. But as the halibut goes, so goes the shrimp. I better go down now and start comparing prices.
You're gonna go downtown tonight?
No. Downstairs. There's a new TV channel. They give you comparative grocery prices all night long. You wouldn't believe the price range on T-bone steaks in this town.
Will you get out of here?
Right, Commissioner. Just leave the entire thing in my hands. It will be the best buffet that money can buy in all of San Francisco. And rest assured that none of your old friends will know what a low-paying job you have.
I'm afraid that's all there is on Wally Dixon, sir. He barely hit town. Do you think there's any connection?
Oh, between Wally's death and what happened to Bobo?
Yes, sir.
No, I don't think so. Wait a minute. I just don't want to think there's any connection. Yes?
Mr. Bobo Johnson on 613, sir.
Oh, thank you. Hello, Bobo. How you feeling?
Matt, I gotta see you right away.
What's wrong?
I think I got this whole thing figured out. When you're in the computer business, your brain reduces everything to numbers.
Numbers? What do you mean?
I have to show you. I have it all worked out. I would come to your office, but if my theory is correct, it's not safe for me to leave this place.
I'll be right there.
I might have known, but I didn't. You were the last on my list.
Bobo.
Susie, come on. I hate elevators. All right, I can wait as long as you can. We'll stay here all day if that's the way you want to play it. Bye. Mildred. Sally home?
No, I don't think she's here now, but I'll tell her you called, Mrs. Crenshaw.
Hi, Carol. I just got back, Mildred.
Right.
Well, welcome home.
Yes, I guess I didn't see her come back.
Come on in, Carol.
Sally, why didn't you tell me that you and Joey Germain were intimates?
Intimates? I just met him.
Well, that counts. Now, why didn't you tell me?
How did you find out?
How do you suppose? The hard way. I read it in the morning newspaper. And there was a picture of Police Commissioner McMILLAN and Joey Germain and my darling Sally. And it was all about your 20th reunion or something.
Mac's 20th reunion or something.
Oh, well, who counts? Well, anyway, I'm furious with you. I mean, why don't you tell a girl anything?
Listen, if you see a girl, you'll tell her, right?
That Mildred's such a kidder.
I know.
Now, look, Sally, you've got to go right to the phone and call Joey.
Call Joey?
Well, sure. Well, unless you'd prefer to drive over. I mean, I've got my car.
Carol, I would prefer never to see that man again.
Oh, Sally, don't be absurd. Why, he is perfect for our benefit. And let's face it, we've got nobody except that ex-singer, ex-alcoholic. You know, I always forget which brought him to fame first, singing or drinking. Oh, come on, Sally. With Joey Germain, we might make a little money.
Carol, I heard he doesn't even do benefits.
Sally, everybody does benefits. Everybody doesn't like to do benefits, but everybody does benefits. Think of the little deaf children. Calling?
You're right.
I'm not saying I suspect one of my teammates. I'm just saying there has to be a connection. Bobo was killed within minutes after calling me. Wally was trying to reach me when he was killed.
2 members of the same team killed within 12 hours of each other. Well, of course, it means something, but what?
I don't know. I want a rundown on every teammate who didn't make the reunion.
You mean where they are now, sir?
That's right. If he's supposed to be in London, then make sure he's in London. If he's dead, make sure of that, too.
Mildred, if anybody calls, tell them I'll be back in about an hour.
Wait a minute. I'm going with you.
No, I'm not going shopping.
You're passing right by that rotten shop that sold me these rotten melons, and I'm taking them back.
Mildred, I'll be gone about an hour. How will you get home?
I'll wait for you.
You're gonna wait for me for an hour with all the things you've got to do around the house.
Well, I'd take my car, but I only get 4 miles to the gallon. What would the president say about that? You get 16. All right. You know something, you ought to do this more often. I mean, for instance, why not every time you leave the house, I'll just go with you till the energy crisis is over, okay? Or until the commissioner gets me that compact he promised me. Then we can get rid of my gas guzzler.
Hi, Joey. Listen, I didn't know you were having a party. You should have told me when I called.
Oh, come on in, sweetheart.
There's nobody here.
Well, how many pretty girls do you need for a party?
A tape recording of just applause and laughter?
Yeah. Did you ever hear a sweeter sound? That's me in Las Vegas. You hear them people? Listen to this. Chicago. That's Chicago. Listen to that. Listen to this one. That's Lake Tahoe in the middle of a blizzard, and they came from all over. The people came from all over to listen to me. Listen to them people.
What can I say?
You might say congratulations.
Congratulations, Joey. Well, now that I've heard it, can we turn it off?
Off? Never off. Maybe I turn it down a little, but I never turn it off. Hey, how about a drink, sexy?
No, thank you.
How about if I apologize? Would you have a drink with me then?
Apologize for what?
For frightening you last night. I just couldn't resist the opportunity to show what fakes those overblown he-men are. Unfortunately, your old man didn't buy it.
Yeah, Mac's reaction disappointed you, didn't it?
Well, what good is a mass murder when the policemen don't show up?
Mac knows your humor too well to get caught off guard by it. He's a fan of yours, Joey.
Big fan of mine. Comics should be allowed to make contracts on fans like that. Anyone that kills a joke should get killed himself.
Was that the point of last night?
The point of last night. The point of last night was to let those bums know that I don't like them any better than they like me. However, with Wally's death, my joke made me suspect number one. Wow.
You know what your problem is, Joey? You don't give people a chance to like you.
Okay, here's your chance.
Joey, I'm trying to like you, despite the way you behave. I thought you felt the same way about me and Mac. I'm sorry I was wrong.
Well, wait a minute. Don't go now. You just went up 1,000% in my estimation. Oh, spare me from dames who don't have the good taste to spurn my passes. Okay, what's the favor?
What?
The favor. You called, you came by, you wanted something, remember?
We're giving a telethon, a benefit for the clinic where I work. It's for the deaf children.
A telethon benefit. You want Joey Germain to give it away.
Joey, it's all been a mistake. I'm sorry I came.
Well, I'm glad you did. I'm just sorry you're leaving.
You know, I almost think you mean that. I gotta go. I gotta get ready for the party that we're giving tonight.
Well, you didn't tell me when to come or where?
Tonight, 6:30 at our house.
Not to the party. To your dumb telethon benefit thing.
You're gonna do it?
Well, I figure if you can give 3-4 days a week for deaf kids, I ought to be able to give one night.
Thank you, Joey.
Hey, what, ain't you married?
Yeah.
Well, then, what do you...
7 members of the team didn't show up, Commissioner. That includes George Brown, who we know was killed 2 weeks ago in Cincinnati, and Paul Masters. He overdosed last week. The police is still investigating. Now, with those 2 exceptions, the rest of the team is where it's supposed to be.
Paul Masters dead? 4 men in this photograph. Suddenly dead. First, George Brown, then Paul Masters, then George Brown, Paul Masters, Wally Dixon, and Bobo. Well, of course that's it.
What's it, sir?
The lead Bobo gave me. Of course he'd seen it. He worked with numbers all his life. Look. George Brown, number 11. Paul Masters, number 17. Wally Dixon, number 24. And then Bobo, number 28.
The team's being murdered in numerical sequence?
You don't have to be a mathematician to figure that out. Although Wally did teach math. He could have known about George and Paul. I knew about George. So when the killer went after him, well, that's why he was trying to call me.
But, Commissioner, why would anybody kill an entire football team in sequence? Who'd even remember the numbers after all these years?
Anybody connected with the team. Your number is your name when you play football. The coach may forget your name, but he never forgets your number.
Where is that coach, anyway?
Well, he died about 10 years ago. Now, if my theory is correct, number 35 is next. That's Sammy Warren. Let's put out a 24-hour guard on him.
Yes, sir, right away. By the way, Commissioner, what was your number?
38.
Well, are there any other numbers between 35 and 38?
None. My number is coming up, as Wally pointed out.
Where were you, Mildred?
Where were you?
It's my trip, remember? So what happened? You wouldn't take the melons back, huh?
Oh, sure, you took them back. These are the fresh ones. Not without a fight, however. Shopping is not what it used to be.
What'd you have to say to him?
Oh, I had to get a little rough.
What did you say to him?
Okay, I used the commissioner's name.
What did you say?
I told him that the commissioner made me bring them back, and the commissioner would have, too, if he'd